Okay. So pop this out real quick. All right. So how do you normally do RV? Do you normally do RV in a nice quiet room in a nice quiet, or do you like to do RV in a group session where you can kind of like wing it? Because I'd like to see you cowboys uh, your view.
I've tried in quiet places, and I've tried while doing other things as well
So
as while doing nothing, trying to assume as much quietude as possible. So I've tried it a couple ways.
okay. Well, the main thing is I want to listen to you as a data. So we can either you can either just sit there and chat and just let this come out, or you can set up and draw and do whatever you want. As you say something, I'm going to actually write it down. So I'm going to try to draw maps and I'm going to try to make pictures of whatever you're saying. And then I'm going to ask you, how it looks to you. So let's start. Which number appeals to you the most? Which target? Which one has more
Uh,
exciting things?
let's see. I probably just want to start them in the order you had listed them
Okay.
originally, which I believe was 27 first.
Okay. So this is the guy that gave me the target. Okay. So this is falling knife. Falling knife. If you got any direction or any thought that you want to add to it, just try to keep us in the dark as best you can. But if you want to, if you want to look at the data and direct us to look at an aspect of the data as it comes out, just point it out, text, whatever you want to do. Drop a
Okay.
note. Yeah. So you don't have to sit there and quietly listen. You can actually participate. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to look at the data, and as it's coming out, we're going to try to direct our focus on what we think is interesting, and whichever portion of the data that we want to actually focus on. So, with no further ado, all right, Sketchy, I'm gonna let you take it from here. When I gave you the target first, what was your initial impression?
My first thoughts were just wondering. We're just wondering about what was involved with these targets. I wanted to make sure I had a read that they weren't that there wasn't anything, dark or negative attached to them. Um, before I attempt to like view them. That's all. So there was a little bit of hesitancy at first.
My targets always hesitate. Always. I can guarantee you that all my targets are questionable. All right. On that note, it's a pretty good target. Um, what was your initial feel about the target, not about the psychopath who has random targets?
Let's see. You said these ones weren't from the psychopath.
What's that?
I thought these ones were not psych.
I'm the psychopath. I'm the crazy guy.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm very, very focused.
Let's see.
See, I was gonna see if I could, if I could like perceive better RV with distraction because I'm doing like a power wash simulator while I'm talking to you guys. I was gonna see if I tried the targets, if it would be more successful while I try this, or if I just don't distract myself and try with undivided attention.
Well, what if
Oh,
you
interesting.
do two targets at once? Have you ever tried that? I do two targets all the time. In fact, my record is
I've
five
never
targets.
tried two targets.
Well, you
I
aren't
don't know
gonna.
how to try two targets.
Well, you have a target, right?
No, I don't. Okay,
Okay.
explain.
My target is number 27. If you have another target that you were looking at trying to work on both at the same time. Right now, we're doing target number 27. You can literally do both targets at the same time. The way I do it is when I'm working on 27, I'll actually say 27, and then I'll focus on that. Now, when I want to stop and go to another target, I'll say pause 27, go to the other target, make a separation, and then work on the other target.
Okay, wait. Maybe I'm overthinking this. When you say target is 27, you're literally saying you're just like meditating on the number 27 and trying to like describe whatever comes to your mind, whatever you perceive.
Yeah, I don't meditate. I wing it. The first thing that comes to my
Okay,
mind, I write down. Yeah, there's no meditation, no getting comfortable, touching my navel, nothing. I just when I cowboy, I literally take the target and I run with it. Anything that
when
comes to
you
my mind,
when
I
you
write it down.
cowboy,
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're doing a cowboy version. So the target is 27. That is the actual target. And Sketchy is actually taking a moment to gather her thoughts, and she's going to actually look at this target, and I'm going to write down anything she says. She's going to make pretty pictures, and together we're going to cowboy the living crap out of this.
what do you mean cowboy it?
It means, you know how you usually post up and do the view by yourself and you meditate and get comfortable? Yeah, we're not doing that here. Right now, we're just basically looking at 27 and then the first thing that comes to your mind. So say 27 and then tell me what's the first thing that comes to your mind. I mean,
For
it's
me, it was like 27, a bow of a boat. Like, have you seen Titanic when you're like the camera is pointing toward the front of the boat where they did like the scene with the arms?
wait,
It was like,
wait. Now here's the other deal on this. You gotta let me keep up with you because everything you say, I'm writing down. So first thing you're talking about is Titanic. Now the bow of the boat. So Titanic, bow of the boat.
I was saying it was like I was looking toward the bow of the boat, like the front of the boat where Jack stood from the movie Titanic, where they did like the T pose. I was looking toward that, so it was like I was on a boat looking toward the front of the boat.
Okay.
Uh, but it was like I was in the center of the boat looking toward, and I could see the right side of the boat and the water on the right side, and it's kind of like gray. It's like a dark navy boat, but like I couldn't see the left side. The left side's obscured, but I could see the right.
So you got anything?
Yeah, let me jot it down quick. Is there a text thread in here I can put things in or no?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's up in the corner.
Just for the things that are more visual.
Do you guys just
Um,
randomly assign items to the numbers
What do you mean?
or like pictures?
just randomly assign a number to whatever the item is.
Okay.
This is a target that I have. This is a target that I've done. I've done it. I don't know. I've been spent about 4 hours on it. So I know what this target is.
Oh, cool.
So
All right.
as you guys go along, and if you guys want, what we'll do is we'll work our way to whatever progress we want. I'm just trying to get more information about the target that I know about. So I'm looking for information for myself on this particular target, and I want, because it's an enjoyable target, and to me it came in quick, so I had a lot of information right out of the bat. So I think you guys will probably have really good success at seeing what I saw.
That'd be
So
nice.
yeah, a lot of targets are really hard because you don't get anything. It's like you're beating your head on the wall. But this target was, I mean, quick. All right, so I've got
All right.
Titanic, bow of the boat, Jack standing there. You were literally in the middle of the boat, looking over the right side. You said an obscured water dark navy boat, obscured left side. All right, so at this position that you're looking at, do you have any emotions? Do you have any feelings? Can you hear anything? Can you smell anything? What is? Can you give me kind of a general environmental and feelings kind of look at it?
It was like an overcast gray, hazy sky with like a dark navy blue boat. Like, because it's a really staggering like contrast. And then it was cold. Didn't really have like any emotional impressions, just mainly that big impression of like the position.
Okay. Can you see anything off to the right side other than water? Oh, better yet, can you describe anything about the boat? I mean, this and people. Is there more people? No people? Is there anything there that you're looking at that would tell you anything?
Well, I had my eyes closed and I was just repeating in my head 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27. And then I saw, because I was just repeating it with like no expectation. Then I saw on like the left side an image of, and then it said warship, but like this black boat with like gold detailing. I don't know if it was like a image from a cartoon or whatever. It had like it looked like gold and black, like an old cartoony warship picture, and then it was like a black warship, like one you'd see out of a history book. So I saw like both of those, and then I heard the word warship when I saw them. So I'm guessing warship, but I don't know.
Are you saying there's two boats, or is it just one
No,
boat?
well, like one was like cartoon, um, gold bronze esque coloring, like cartoon picture flash for a second, and then like real version of warship, and there was like a warship pointing to the left, like and it had like a dark black pointy long thing on the end of it, and the boat, the warship thing was black. It was all black with
Okay.
like yellow porthole things, window thingies.
Oh, portholes. So is it like
Don't
window? Okay. Well,
windows?
let's
They
just
have windows.
before we describe it, let's just put down portholes. That implies there's holes and openings. Okay, so portholes. Okay. Do me a favor if you get a chance to do a quick sketch. And sketchy, what are your pictures? You want to describe that?
Sure. The first one is kind of like a comb shape, you'll see. This was before I was actually trying to view the target. So it came in before when I was just trying to get centered for it earlier today. Um, then I have like an outcropping shape, something reaching up. I'm not sure what that is. It's either tree-like or like coral-like. Um, then there was some kind of these read kind of like reading from left to right and top to bottom. So they're coming in this order.
Okay.
Um, The there was a shape that it was like on a plane horizon, um, or on a line on like a plane where there wasn't really anything, and so it's either I'm looking at something from a distance, or it's just a small detail of something. It had a structure to it, like it was almost it's like it was squared off like a man-made structure.
Okay.
So it's something that you see from a distance is made of smaller, blockier shapes, which I didn't do a very good job of indicating in the drawing, but that's what it was. And then there's like a tightness or a pit in my throat, in like the lower throat off to the left. That happened as well. So I'm not sure if this means that there is. I'm not really sure how to interpret what that could mean. That's an unusual. That's not a symbol I've had to like decode yet. Um,
Well, that's fine. I mean, so it's either a physical response to something, or it's a
yeah,
emotional response to something. So it could be either or. So we're going to say
right.
either it's a emotional response to something that would cause this, or there's an actual problem with the lower throat. And then by lower throat, you mean like the esophagus area, or
Yeah, closer to the collarbone than throat. Yes.
okay.
Um, so like around the left carotid artery. Um, and a couple times there's been a vague shape that like swooshes off diagonally. Um, and it's not a strong image, so it could just be brain noise. But it came up a couple times, so I jotted it down.
Yeah. All
And
right.
there might also be something. I see a symbol sometimes. It's like a pinpoint of light that appears and then disappears. Um, and that so far has meant that there's some kind of spiritual significance related to this item, or related to this target, or around this item or this target. That there might be something. There might be either something metaphysical or like UFO related. Um, is another thing that's come up before.
Point of light.
Where?
What I'd like,
Yes.
I would like both of you guys to this pinpoint of light
Yes.
can mean either metaphysical or actual. So it's either an actual light or it's a metaphysical light. Now, my question on this one is, this light that possibly appeared was far away for you, right? I mean,
Yes.
it was like a long distance away. Okay.
Fairly. Yes.
Um, I know it's going to sound strange, but can you go touch it? Can you,
I'll see if I can get there.
yeah, see if you can fly up and touch it.
Mm.
Um, any thoughts or feelings on it?
Yeah, a couple of things. There was a cluster of like dots. There was two or three that were right next to each other, and one a little bit off to the left of them. So like a little cluster of something. Also, there's like a pressure in the crown, like a buzzing of the crown. Um, the more I try to zero in on whatever this pinpoint of light is.
All right, so we're going to leave the pinpoint of light, and I'm going to bring you back out to. I'm going to bring you back out to. Oh, let's go to target 27. Okay.
Okay, target 27.
So both of you look at target 27,
Okay.
and falling knife. If you're okay with what they've got here for data. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to step them up a little bit and kind of um, do you guys are you guys okay with a little bit of information as we go, or do you want me to keep the whole thing secret until the very end? Which would be
How about
easier for you?
secret till the end?
Okay, we
Keep
can
us
do that.
blind.
All right, so then you guys are going to have to follow me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post up where I want you to go. So what I want you to do, how am I going to do this? Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to visualize me standing where I want you to look at. And I want you to look at the target that I'm pointing at. So we're going to go to my target, target 27, and we're going to look there. Now, at this target, this is separate from the beginning area. This is a different area that I'm standing at. So I'm standing here. I'm waiting for you guys. I want both of you to come over here, stand here with me, and I want you to kind of look around and tell me what you feel to see. Just
Okay.
get a feel for the environment, the conditions, the smells. Are there people? Any environmental things? Just tell me anything. The first thing that crosses. Let me. The other thing is I want to take a picture of this, and then we can go. Or you guys can start out anytime. Oh, yeah. Okay. So now I'm where I want to be. Okay. The target is still 27, but I'm where I want to be. I want you guys there. What's the first impression you see? If you can just reach over, grab my shoulder, imagine you're going to grab my shoulder and then do a 360 and look around. Just imagine where I'm standing at looking around. And the other important thing is any emotions tied to this. Is it what do you feel?
I kept on seeing a life preserver. Like it
Like,
was a cabin, like the um boat office thingy, right? And like there's the little control thing and then like the little shell on top of the boat, right? But then behind there, in the middle of that, there's a preserver, like an orange preserver I kept on seeing with like tan. And I was like spinning in a circle around, kept on going and seeing the preserver when I'd spin. And then I felt nervous and excited energy, like a um, quickening of my heart rate a little bit, and then like a little bit of a flutter feeling, like a butterflies feeling. Uh, but when I was seeing like the life preserver, I was spinning in circles. Like
it's fine. That's fine. Oh. Cabin office thingy, shelf. What was all that? I don't understand that.
I don't know how. Like what is that called? The control thing, the room where they drive the boat with the wheel. Because I initially saw a wheel with spokes on it, and then I saw the preserver.
Okay.
Like the driving spokey things.
No, that's cool. Wheel with spoke. Cool, cool. Okay. So you saw basically the helm of the ship, and then you saw the steering wheel, and you got a feeling this is like the navigation center, where the boat was controlled. That works out good. But you also saw a life preserver, and you felt an uprush of energy or nervousness or something to go with this. Okay. Um, Sketchy, what'd you get?
Copying now.
Okay.
Okay. I added it to the thread. So there was first another shape, fairly organic looking. The shape itself kind of reminds me of like a candle that starts melting from the wax.
Mhm.
Um, like something that like heaps up and drips over, like a candle melting. There was something that moves quick in an arc from up to down, something that swipes. I'm not sure what this is, propeller, Ferris wheel, like something that moves quick, but like in like a spin in an arc. Da, 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 da. Another shape, it's kind of like an inverted W, but like rounded. And then trying to stand at your shoulder, there's a bunch of vertical outcroppings like from the ground. So this is either buildings or people. Like this feels busy. It feels like it feels like there's a lot happening in here. It doesn't feel like a quiet place. Um,
So what do these vertical upright things feel like?
it felt like
Uh,
both buildings and people to me.
it felt like what?
It felt like it could be both buildings and people. Um,
No, that's fine.
it, it's like it could be both or a combination of both.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
right, exactly. I mean, but you have these upright things, okay?
mhm.
You have something that looks like mountains or up and down, and then you have something that has a fast arc. Okay.
Yes.
Now, this vertical uprights, I wonder what these vertical uprights are.
Yeah, these they feel like buildings, but or I'm sorry. They look kind of like buildings, but they remind me of people, like they have identities. Um,
Well, let's just go with people. Did they all feel like people, or just some of them feel
no,
like people?
the ones that were farther, the ones that were farther off felt more structural, and the closer ones, felt more like they could be people. Um,
Okay. No, we'll just. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna say it's a combination structural and people, and you have it maybe a group of people and a group of structures, or something that is not people. Um. Okay. Cool. Now I want to show you guys something at 27. Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna hold it out to you, right? And I want to show it to you, right? This is what I saw. Okay. There's two objects in my hand, and I want to show this to you, and I want you to look at this and kind of get a feel for this. Now, I want you to kind of let me know if this is something near the target.
In
So
do you mean I'm not looking at the camera? Do you mean like in person? You're showing us something or no?
no, no, no. I mean, I'm at the target, right? Target 27,
Okay, gotcha.
right, currently, right now.
All
Okay,
right,
I
in
am
RV. Gotcha.
in RV, right? But I'm
Okay.
there right now at this time today. So, and I'm holding two objects in my hands, and I'd like you to look at them, feel them, and I want you to tell me if what these are, what they look like, if you feel them at this target site. So I'm gonna stand here. You guys get a feel for what I have, and tell me what you think.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain that.
No, just tell me your impression. I mean, don't give me what you think it is. Give me what it feels like, kind of.
No, I know. Because there's a lot that happened. It felt like something fuzzy and yellow, but crumbly, kind of like pollen. Because initially, my first impression was fluffy, round, like cotton, but then a really strong yellow impression. But then I got bee, but then I got crumbly, but then I got sphere, but then I got like pollen,
Wait, slow down,
and then
slow
it,
down. Deep, crumbly, uh, deep, you said yellow?
yeah,
Deep yellow, crumbly. Okay. What else?
pollen. So it was weird because initially I saw like in my mind's eye on the left side like puffy yellow cloud looking sphere things, and they reminded me a little bit of kernels of popcorn, but like when I looked at them and I was like, that's weird, then it was like they crumbled and they dissipated and broke into like little spheres or balls, like, or like, I guess a good analogy would be like pom poms if I had to use something in real life. Like it was like clouds of pom poms that are yellow, and they were all amalgamous like, forms, right? And I was looking at it, and then it disappeared, and they like fell apart. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'll
like
explain
they
it to you.
broke.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you when we get to the end.
Oh, oh, and then while I was focusing on that, my right ear was twitching a lot. It was like my inner right ear, the tympium, whatever, the bone, it was like trembling, like, but I could hear it like wavering and trembling while I was focusing. And I also felt like a rush of air by my third eye and like pulsing near my third eye because I had my eyes closed and I was thinking 27, 27, 27, 27. And then all that was like in my mind's eye as I was thinking 27. And then I felt the physical sensations at the same time.
Okay, so let me get this straight. While you're saying 27, your right ear is trembling, and you get this feeling of air rushing by. So
Yeah.
how about maybe um, there's air hitting your right side. So maybe you're facing sideways into the wind. Would that make sense? Or do you think it may
Well,
be something else?
when I say air, when I said I felt air, I mean like physically in my body, I felt a sensation of air pulsing on my forehead.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, is it part of the target, or is this something you just feel on your physical body?
Something I
Because,
just feel in my physical body. I'm not sure if it's related to the target or not.
okay, so I'm going to put not sure. So with this, not sure. All right. Um, Sketchy, what do you got?
Um, I got whatever the little that little arcing movement was again. Um, so, um, I'm wondering if I'm watching like the glint on like the side of a coin, just like catch the light, um, or if it's something that or if it's literally something that moves, but that like swings like a jackknife or like a paper fan. Do you know what I mean? Like something that that opens on like a something that opens up, but it opens up on like a axis. Like it folds together at a corner or something like that. Like
So
it
does
opens but
this
like
right?
on
So
an axis.
does this feel like it opens up? This when
Um,
you say it, does it feel like a physical object that opens up, or does it feel like a physical
yeah,
object
like
that
it kind of feels like it's something that might open up, like that something that can be opened, or like swung open. Um,
okay? Now
so
at this
I don't mean it opens up like a well. I was gonna say like a box does open on a hinge, so like yes, that would still count, but like not something that opens up like pulling the cap off a marker.
right,
Like it opens up
correct.
that other way, where it's like it's something that swings open or unfolds open.
Right, it
Um,
would open like this with a hinge point. Gotcha.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, calling
I try
knife
to be specific.
on target number 27. Do you want to ask any questions? Do you want to have them look for anything of that you want? I mean, I think they're on target. They're where we want them to be, but do you want to have them look in a particular direction?
Um, yeah, I'm very impressed so far.
Oh yeah, I'm blown
I
away.
yeah, that's crazy. I would have them look down to see if they can look down below their feet.
Okay.
Now remember, we are at the target today
We're at the
at
target today.
at this time.
Well, I hope it's warmer there than it is here
It is.
because it feels outside.
Yeah, I got some pretty weird sensations with this one.
Tell me.
I'm interpreting. It feels like I got like a lot of height. Like suddenly went up into the air. Feels significantly high. Like I'm looking I don't know how many feet down, but pretty high. Cause I got like this pit feeling in the bottom of my stomach. And the last time I had that, I was in the middle of the air about to jump out of an airplane. So I'm like, oh, we're high. Okay. And then I saw a spigot, like with a red turning thing, like whatever the red turning thing is called on top of it.
Just about.
And it was like I only saw the red turning thing on the spigot. I didn't see the spigot itself, so it was like angled away. But I saw the red thing to turn the spigot on, and then like it was like I was balanced on my left side on my in my physical body. On my left side, I was feeling the sensation of like I feel like I'm balanced on one foot really high in the air, and I was only feeling like energy in my body on my left side, like a cold energy on my left side. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But I also got like light blue, like a really light blue, like white coloring to it. So those are the main impressions. It feels like I'm really high. It feels like I'm balancing really precariously. That spigot thing, and then like the white and the light blue for like the horizon or like the sky background.
So a light blue background. That's interesting.
A white light blue.
Yeah, that's fine. So okay, white. All right. Sketchy, you got anything?
I'm going to copy down what I've got so far just in case it ends up being pertinent later.
That's always pertinent.
Um,
So far, all of your guys' data looks absolutely fantastic. I'm very excited to tell you what 27 is. So,
Okay.
um, let's do.
Let me see.
What is crown buzzing?
Literal, it's a physical sensation, like crown, like the buzz, like there's like a buzzing, like a vibration in the crown of my head, off to the left. Um, like it's just I'm just noting a physical sensation. Sometimes I feel pressure in some places or a tightness somewhere. Little things like that. Sometimes I'll smell a thing or see a thing.
No, that's fine. What do you got for smells and what do you got for glimpses? And what side is the
Mm,
pressure on?
left.
Left side. Cool.
Yeah, the pressure in the neck was on the left as well.
I can't remember. I can't remember what I called out. I can't remember if it's the right side or left side. But I also called out this.
You
So
had something too.
yeah. It would be interesting if you guys can uh, see the
Down.
person that would be involved, but that doesn't matter. So what else? What else do you got? And what were the glimpses that you were getting?
Mm. So far, mine have been fast little shapes, so they're not that easy for me to identify for you.
Well, how about
Um,
this? How about this? Give me a rough. Oh, what do you call it? A rough. Is it circle, rectangle, triangle,
gotcha.
octagon?
The movements that I saw, like, because I kept seeing movement every time I saw the movement, it was an arc. So it's either something that moved in an arc or spun, or it was something that, or maybe something that was falling off of something, but in in an arc or in a um like the spray out of a fountain that sprays straight up or a volcano or something. But felt a little too rounded to be that. Let's see. Could be. But the structure itself, it's like if it's round, I'm not getting that. I'm normally getting things that are more blocky and sit individually. A couple images look water side to me.
What is that?
Um, water like seaside, like seaside or lakeside, like something. This might not be far off from water. If this is on Earth, like the target.
This could have been Mars when it had an ocean.
Yeah, yeah. If this is in fact on Earth, like
Good point. Did not
um
think about that. Okay,
because
so
I've gotten a few things that indicate that it could be not on Earth. Um, but if it is in fact on Earth, it might not be too far off from water. Um, no other strong. Yeah, that image that I first got of the comb was like an association before I was even zeroing in on the target. That can mean to me sometimes docks, which is another reason why I thought that it might be waterside. Um, because I've seen that symbol before, and that's what it was trying to get me to say.
okay.
Doesn't mean that's what it means, but sometimes that's what that means.
But it feels like it may be associated with like marine or lake.
Yeah, there's a separation
Yeah.
that keeps on happening between two distinct areas. Um,
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're
yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah, there's two distinct areas, and one is more water-like, and one is more structural. So I'm often just kind of seeing the horizon of them or where they meet.
All right.
Um,
Any emotions that come through?
let's see.
I don't know if this was an emotion, but my face started to hurt. Like behind my eyes, my head started to hurt. I was like, I guess they get a lot of migraines or something. They've been having a lot of stress headaches or something.
My cheeks are turning red, like shame, embarrassment.
All right. So
Like maybe
at this,
maybe something someone feels bad about.
I'm going to tell you what I see. What I tell you what 27 is. So, Paulie Knife,
Okay.
if you want to jump in with anything before I tell them what 27 is, then let me know.
No, I'm going to have you take the lead on this because I don't want to give too much information out.
Right. Okay.
I have no idea what it is still.
Right.
No idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
So when I did the view, I had two distinct views. One was the ship, the other was the land. On the land, I saw a beach and I saw steep cliffs. Now, Sketchy, you were talking about, you know, the structures and the thing, and um, uh, I think that there possibly could have been something on the shore. Uh, Cloud, you were talking about feeling like the Titanic. Okay, so I saw a boat. I saw a boat and it had a hole in it and was repeatedly getting slammed on the bottom of the ocean. So it was a boat in distress. So this is what I saw. The other thing I saw was a very distinct individual. That he had damage. He was damaged on one side. I can't remember what side. Then I can't remember what was damaged, but he was beat up. So the boat was sinking. The person got off. Now, when you guys were talking about something yellow, fuzzy cotton, deep yellow, crumbly, puffy. I didn't initially see that. What I did see was a gold doubloon, and then I saw something that was longer. You were talking about a valve. You saw something like a red valve. Now I know a lot of the boats in the olden days used to have barrels. They'd have barrels for water. They'd have barrels for beer. You know, so I mean, it possibly could have been a barrel for beer. So I don't know if my view was extremely accurate. And I know Cloud, your view was very good. I don't know if it was extremely accurate, but I know all three of us were dancing around the fact that one, we had a beach, we had the land, we had people, we had a feel that there was possibly structures on the land. And what else? When you guys mentioned the light, right? When you guys mentioned a light flashing on and flashing off, I'm thinking to myself, is it possible that there was a fire that the people on the boat who were distressed saw the fire and was heading toward the fire? Um, would it be possible, like, say there was a building over somewhere and these people are going to this building or this structure to get help because they were in trouble? So that was my thought with my data. So 27 is an actual beach. That was the target. The target is the beach. So
Okay.
I had you stand there, and I had you look at a gold doubloon and a what I interpreted as like maybe a candlestick or something of high value. Now, Cloud, when you were talking about something round, I'm thinking pearls. Maybe it's like a pearl necklace. The gold was either gold dust or gold nuggets, which would be, you know, when you're transporting gold, gold nuggets are a great way to transport it.
Well, I saw gold earlier with
Yeah,
the ship.
yeah, there was gold there. So 27 is the beach, and 27 is the beach now, not back then. So back then is when this exciting thing happened. Now is what I wanted to look at. So I was trying to have you go there now and look around. Maybe there's more gold doubloons hidden in the beach that we can find. But my impression is that over the years, the sand has, you know, deposited them in layers on a solid substrate. So as the sand gets pulled off and pushed back in, it has made layers of heavy objects, obviously, that will randomly, be pulled out and deposited, to be found by the lucky person walking the beach, which is going to be very rare.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go over there and pick these up off the ground. But the boat was very important. So it was an actual event that happened years ago. The beach is my target for 27 because I want to go to the beach and look around. So yeah, you guys did phenomenal. It was awesome.
Okay. So, can you tell me, first target was the beach.
The first target was kind of we're talking the initial accident with the boat at that beach. So it would be on the beach as the boat sinking. That's the very first place we went. You saw the people. You felt his injuries. The guy was injured. You felt the rush to get off the boat, just like it felt like the Titanic. They were sinking and they were desperately trying to get off the boat. It was a
Were they
hurricane.
running toward the hold of the front of the boat?
Damn straight. They were trying to get off the boat. They were taking everything with them. They were taking
No, like,
waters, supplies,
were
and
they
everything.
running toward the front of the boat, like the
Yes,
Titanic?
yes. The boat was sinking. The
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 person
On the Titanic, it literally lifted up out of the water. So they were running up to the top because they knew they were going to die. This boat,
for the target, for this target.
for this target as well. So the boat, in my mind, the boat was going toward the shore. It was sinking and it was going to the shore. There are huge waves. We're talking ginormous waves. The sail, you guys kept saying you saw something flash by and then it popped back. That's the sail being just torn apart in the wind. The wind is howling, right? So to paint you a picture, they are royally truly screwed and they knew it. The boat's sinking. As they get close to shore, they take a rock to the hull. The hull now has a hole in it. They're taking on water, so now they're sinking faster. As they get close to shore or get blown toward shore, the boat is being repeatedly pummeled. It's breaking up. So they rapidly take everything that's not nailed down that they think they'll need to survive, and they get off the boat and they head toward the shore. But the sand on the shore has been pulled away, and now you have these steep cliffs. So they have to go up the cliff to the top of the embankment. They are well and truly screwed, and a lot of people died. Getting off the ship was treacherous. The emotions were high, and a lot of people were dying and injured. That was the initial target. The beach at the time of this event. The target I
You
took.
I
said
just
there's a person. Oh, go ahead. Falling knife.
I was just going to say when Cloud mentioned the wheel with spokes, that really fit the time period.
It was the 1700s.
Hmm.
It was an actual ship. It had actual
Think like
Spanish
a
rule.
galleon.
So does any of this, when you're looking back at your data, picture an old-timey pirate ship. Now see how that matches up with your data. How it
I mean,
matches up with what you felt.
I can send you my notes I took if you want.
Actually, you
I
can
don't know
send it
where to
to,
put them.
no. You just put it in the messages here on this, on the, whatever this Cowboy Studio is. Just put the
Yeah,
pictures in there.
Where?
he says take a picture of it and just and then put it in the text thread for the voice chat that we're in right now.
Right.
Ah, okay.
Or you,
1 second.
or you can send it to Falling Knife. This is Falling Knife's target.
Yeah, just a
So
little bit about me. I do metal detecting, and I'm into
Cool.
history, and I've uncovered something that I'm trying to get more information on what is still there today.
That's not the best art I could do, but it I think it conveys my what I saw.
is it
I
in the,
hope.
did you put it in the messaging?
It says it's sending.
Okay. Oh, there it is. It's a hell of a lot neater than mine, so that's beautiful.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
top left is the boat I saw, the one that was pointing to the left. That's the one I saw mentally with the portholes.
Yeah.
And then in the middle is the light I saw going down toward the boat underwater, like illuminating it with like a golden light toward the windows near the pod thing. That's what that means. It looks like it was illuminated with like the light, the gold or bronze. And then in the right corner, that's the little carrot looking thing is me pointing. That's where I was looking toward. And the little circles, the head and my eyes, and like that's me looking toward the edge of the boat. And then to the right, that's my conveyed, like those are the waves of the water. And then of course like clouds above it, and then the triangles, the front of the boat. And then in the middle, I saw like the little cabin in the boat, and I saw the shelf, which was like a rectangle. And then behind the shelf, I saw like a mirror, like glass, whatever. And then there's like the wood around it. So it was kind of like a little cabin thingy for the boat. And then there was a preserver. And then I was spinning in circles by there, and then I saw the wheel, the wheel to steer. And then when they asked us to look up, then I saw the spigot. And I didn't do a very good job of drawing it, but the handle kind of looked like that barbed looking thing. And then it was connected to something, but I mainly saw the handle.
Okay. That is awesome. So now you guys are fully front loaded, right?
I don't know what that means.
I have told you what I know about this target. So you and I are now on the same level as on information as what we got, right? So what I like to do at this stage now is to take another look at the target. The target would be 1700. We're standing on top of the cliff, right? And we're looking back at the boat in the water. The boat's being torn apart and dragged down the beach. Not dragged down the beach, but dragged through the water and being torn apart by the waves. We are cold and tired and getting the wind is kicking the crap out of us. At this point, we can actually go back and take a look. What did they do? You have a group of people standing there at the top of this embankment, top of this cliff. There's grass and greenery, shrubs, sand. I mean, you have a lot of injured people. What do you do?
Are we
What did,
focusing on the target number 1700?
nope, you're focusing on the target 27. We're focusing
27.
we're focusing on this event, but at a specific area. Just like I took you to the beach, focus in on the top of the cliff. Look at, okay, we made it, we're alive, everybody's gathered up in this general area. What is going on? What did they do? Now, I had a specific thought about what they did because I kind of look at, what you would try to do in this particular situation. Um, so my feeling is they gathered the survivors, they gathered the goods, and they went to a particular area. That was my thought. They would want to get to an area that they can at least regroup because the guy that I was looking at was severely injured. The guy with the tightness in his throat, and I guess the captain, I don't know. Somebody important had a goal. And in order to get to this goal, they had to stop and regroup. They had to, bury the dead and they had to, you know, get their crap together. So what do you picture they were thinking and doing? What was their plan? What was their intention? And when you guys were looking at things that were falling, when you said there was something like an arc or maybe something falling, what in your mind would that mean? I mean, what do you think happened that caused or that fell? Because I'm thinking as they're climbing up this cliff, that shit's falling off and breaking. I know they broke water containers, they broke food things. I mean, anything that they were trying to get up this cliff, it was steep. I know that several people dropped the goods, and the goods, got blown apart or damaged. When you were talking about crumbly stuff blowing away in the 1700s, one of the prized things that they transported was saffron and spices. Can you imagine? You're in a hurricane, you have a broken container with gold, literally gold saffron in your hands, and it would just blow away because it's lightweight. It's like gold. It just all the spices that you were going to count on for your money is now blowing down the beach. I mean, herbs and spices were big money back then, and that would have been a terrible, terrible thing. So, yeah, there was gold, but there was also goods that they had to recover, and I think they lost a lot of the goods through the damaged containers. At least this is my thought. What do you guys think about that thought? I mean, what do you picture?
Mine's pretty, uh, it was really specific,
What was?
really weird. I got like a lot of yelling, and it felt like ripples, but like screaming, and then whatchamacallit, like a megaphone. Like it was a megaphone of screaming, yelling, crying, of people freaking out, red for a fire at one point, a lot of wind. And when I was trying to like describe it in a drawing, drew like big arrow decreasing to small arrow to indicate like ripple getting smaller, and then like another ripple extending out, and then a group of people on top of a cliff with like a megaphone going down the cliff.
Okay. Sketchy, you got anything?
Um, I don't know who this person was that was the target that you guys had in mind, which you were looking at. But there is this combination of like I'm ashamed I caused this, I'm responsible for this, and also like I have to cover my ass.
Well, that's a weird thought, but I mean, it kind of fits in. It's like I failed at something. I failed miserably, and people are in trouble because of an action I did.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now this is a PR thing. Like what will people think of me? How will people
How
perceive me?
how do I pull my ass out of the fire? Is there somebody to
Yes.
blame? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty horrific event. So okay, so we're gonna
Oh,
wrap this up. This is 27. We're gonna just kind of push 27%. So you guys did friggin' awesome. It was amazing how well you guys matched my data, how well you guys matched the actual data. The actual data that I know about now is very on par with what you guys told me. Um, I think what I'll do is I'll have Falling Knife, when we're all said and done, I'll have him show you or at least tell you what the actual data is.
I threw in another image. You guys will have to tell me what that means.
Ooh, maybe the pollen was a flower pollen.
funny thing is you remember I told about saffron? Saffron
Yeah, that's
is
what saffron is. It's pollen.
pollen. It's literally the pollen of a very beautiful flower. They clip the pollinators off this flower, so they got to do millions of these little flowers. And this stuff is so expensive. It's very popular in India. So yes, it is a pollen. I mean,
Yeah,
you
by weight more expensive than gold is.
much more expensive than gold. Yes. It's handpicked by thousands and thousands of people, and it only makes quantities that are just minuscule, and it's rare, and people pay an arm and a leg. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
When
be
you just
interesting.
yeah, when she described it, it was like, oh my God, that can only be one thing. One thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just need to do research to see because this ship would have come from Cuba with South American goods,
Yeah,
and
but
the
think
drawing that I was going to say real fast, the drawing that Sketchy just put out, it reminds me of how the beach looks today with the vegetation on the dunes because it's kind of like windswept reeds.
that's right, and that's what I was going to say too. It looks like the beach now. The little sand rivulets and the grass that grows. I mean, oh, the beach. Tell them about the beach. Tell them about the island.
Just the
Just a
beach in
general,
general.
yeah, where it's the general location.
Uh, Atlantic coast, southeast U.S. There's coquina rocks along the shore that tend to trap stuff. But a lot of the stuff from the ship was found in on dry sand. So the
Hmm.
reason I contacted Jeff was to see if there's more stuff to be found, or if the survivors would have removed it and taken it somewhere else.
So, but he gave me this target to look at to see what I can see, and that's what I came up with. So that was cool. You guys did awesome. It's a small island off
Yeah, good
South
job.
Carolina, and
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So the next target is 44.
Ooh.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post all this stuff. You guys kind of take a look at 44 and tell me if anything floats your boat.
Oh, interesting. You had given me number 45.
Oh,
45,
45?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, 45.
Okay. I'm getting RV gaslit. What the hell? All right. Like I
Okay,
wasn't
you're not
looking.
getting gaslit. He said 44.
Oh no, I
Or
deliberately threw the wrong number out.
Well,
deliberately.
good thing I didn't focus on it yet, okay? So is it 44 or 45?
That's 45.
40, 45.
Yeah. It's been a very long day for me, so
Am I putting a 4 or a 5 after this?
45.
45.
Okay, 5.
I'll have to tell you about my theory on remote viewing and target numbers. So if I ever get a chance, remind me to explain to you how target numbers actually work. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, good God.
Hmm.
You know, it's funny. I had Rush look at 27, and now I know where the gold and the saffron and some of the spices came from. The gold and the saffron came from Ecuador. So the Ecuador area is where a lot of these goods started from. Now, how they got to, the Atlantic side, I'm not sure. But Rush, who locates, in fact, if you ever get a chance, Falling Knife, you need to have Rush look for something for you because he's awesome at locating, I guess. So if you're looking for something specifically, you can have him take 5 minutes and uh, try to focus in on where you would do best to look. You know what I mean? He's found so many things of mine, like wallets and keys, and it's just amazing. All right, so now that you guys have attained inner peace, what do you feel? What are your initial impressions? Sketchy, we'll start with you.
Okay, I put some notes down. It was interesting.
What you got?
No, thank you. No,
I'm not getting any noise. Are people talking, or am I just? Is it me? My device failing?
Yeah, I can only hear a
I
cloud
haven't
and
been
you.
talking.
I can only hear cloud
I
and
haven't
you.
been really
Yeah.
been talking much.
Is Jeff talking?
Am I talking?
I
Yeah, I'm
don't hear
talking.
Jeff.
Yeah, I
Hold
can't hear
on.
him either.
Are you talking, Jeff?
Yes. All right. He says he's talking, or he's nodding that he's talking, but none of us can hear him.
Yeah, it looks like he's muted.
You're talking
How,
to yourself, Jeff.
how about
Oh,
now?
okay.
Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear
Yep.
me
Not
now?
Yep.
now. Now I
I,
can hear you.
I can hear you.
I hit the mute button. All right. So, Sketchy, what you got?
A couple of initials.
Yep, go for it.
All right. Let me get these. 1 second. That one's a little weird.
No, give me your
This
word.
way, that way. All right. They're hard to describe. I'll just put my drawing in here so you can see this one. There's a strong sense of a vertical, or not vertical, diagonal. There's like a strong sense of a diagonal happening. Um,
What is the bottom structure? What is this bottom thing? What does that feel like to you?
Um,
I mean,
it feels to me like I'm looking at something aerial, like if I'm looking down from high above.
oh, okay, okay. Because
Um,
I thought it was like a happy short person, but it's looking down on it makes much more sense.
I think
So
I think I'm looking down at something in that image.
that's the bottom image, right? So the bottom
Yeah,
image,
bottom
you're
right.
looking down. Okay. So
Yeah, the bottom.
the other two images with that look like feathers or trees or what do
It's
you
it's like if it's a tree, it's not one I'm familiar with. Like it's a tree. It's like a palm that's shaped more like a fan, um, or like a blade. Like if it's a tree, it's not one that I'm familiar with because it's
It would be the
like a
palmetto
fish,
scrub.
like a fish's fin. You know what I mean? Like it's like a flat thing with like veins, or something like that. Like it's like or it all comes off the one stalk, but like leans in that one direction.
I think that's hilarious
Why? Did you draw
because
that
I
too?
put down a fern and I put bent plant and it was like cooked to the left and then I saw a corn with curved petals and I saw a
Yeah, there.
net and like a web twisting and an obstacle course. I was on like a web above. Like, have you ever been in an indoor obstacle course with like the nets above the stuff and it's like made out of rope? The net's made out of rope and then like the tunnel made out of net.
Seen them, but I don't think I've been on one.
Well, I saw the tunnel made out of a net and the web was like twisting like a toroid, toroidal field, whatever. And I got the word socks. Then I saw like a black wall, green highlight, like highlighter green accents, 90s style, like 90s colors, very vibrant. I felt like I was at an obstacle course, like at Get Air or something.
can you draw nice. Hey, falling knife, do you see the picture with the little um it's the picture on the right side, it's the square with the light little happy face in it. Do you see that one?
Is
So
that the
I'm looking
one? The where with the happy?
it's
Yes.
she got the up and down one and then she's got the square one on the other side. Now you see how it's got the circle with the two dots and the
That's
two
the head. That's their head. And the little L to the left of it indicates that my eyes were looking down through the
oh,
net.
okay.
That's the net stretched out over across like the wall space.
Okay.
And I was in the middle of it looking down.
Okay. Okay.
Well, two things. It reminds me of what you had drawn out earlier, Jeff.
I know, me, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's kind of
And
what I'm
then
thinking too.
and then the other thing with the previous drawing from Sketchy with the like the palm with the spiky leaves or whatever, that's very there's a lot of that with this target, and it's like a bush, but it's a palm tree. It's called a palmetto.
Oh,
So I mean, you described it perfectly.
Now, her little drawing, well, she said she was looking down on this little drawing. Now, I'm looking at that, and to me, it feels like this is an actual structure, or this incorporates some of um, Cloud's idea. So, Cloud's visual and Sketchy's visual looking down on this structure mount, because I have a feeling that this is important. I don't know how this is important, but I think this is very important. aspect of this target. I just don't know how, and I don't know because now my question is, remember I told you that it's partially submerged or partially buried. I'm thinking this is what's partially buried. I'm thinking this is what's coming up out of the sand. Um, both Cloud's aspect and my aspect and Sketchy's aspect are all in this one area. Now the question is, can we find this target, this central area that they're describing? They're literally describing a centralized area around the target, but the target itself, I don't know what the target itself is. I don't know what this structure is, and I don't know what Sketchy is. I don't know what she's trying to convey with her sketch. Um, maybe if I mean somehow we need to focus in on what we're looking at and try to figure out what we're seeing. Now, on this target, we have two things that I need to look at. I don't know how to have you guys look at it without giving you too much information. Um, I want to keep this as minimal as possible, but I got to figure out how to locate you. How about we do this? On Sketchy's target, she has a picture of a strange little happy man that she was looking down on. This is kind of probably a structure. Why don't we all post up on that structure and look at the target? This is still target 45, but we're at this aspect of target 45. So let's look around at that target. Give me what you feel, smell, see, anything that jumps out. If your attention is drawn to it, let me and kind of give me if you can give me a direction too, that'd be awesome. Kind of give me a feel for over here I see this, over here I feel this, over here I hear this. What do you think? Can you guys do that?
Yeah, I'm just getting a last minute thing in, and then I'll try that. Okay.
God, I love cowboy.
All right, let's see here. I feel like this shape comes up in more than one way of these. There's this repeated pattern of arced lines, like a curved lines that hug the shape of something rounded,
Okay.
um, and repeat each other. It kind of reminds me of like looking at a pair of lungs, um, or like a rib cage, like curved lines that hug a rounder shape overarching. I don't think it's just the trees. There's something else shaped like that.
Right, and that was my impression as well. I felt there was more to it than just grass and trees. This area has something, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that shape is just something they have in common with each other, is they both look like that. So there's something that looks like that shape. It's got that. It's like that rib cage shape. Um, there's also like a path or a road.
Okay. Any direction?
Um, it's just moving away from me. I'm not sure which way it's facing.
Okay, Claude, you got anything?
Yes. Okay, sorry. I was trying to like interpret and write down what I was experiencing. So I got this weird like focus on a cavern. But also it was before that. I forgot. And you, I'm 1 second.
What did you say?
Um,
Focus on a cavern?
no, it was like a weird focus on a cavern. But initially it was like a flower that looked like a sunflower, and then it turned into a like underwater cavern that was like it was I saw the center that was like a dark brown, and then like there was a red around the dark brown, like a rusty red orange, and it was like in a spiral shape, and the center started and it like spiraled out to the right, uh, clockwise, and like I was like watching it spiral out, and then it had like this scaled esque look, like it was stacked scales for the coloring, I think. Um, and I wrote like I was zooming in and out of it, so my perspective it was like the camera was zooming in it, but then zooming out of it, so it was weird. It was like doing that multiple times. And then I wrote down spiral, cave, underwater, deep red, uh, orange, and brown. And then I tried to pick where it was, like on my little drawing of it. And then I did like a hard spread sketch of the flower I saw. And then I put this corkscrew feeling, like uh spiral. Like it felt like a spiral feeling, like I don't know.
Uh, that silo shape is important. I think the right clockwise is important. I think this underwater feeling is important. The spiral cave I don't understand. The underwater thing I don't understand. So
I put my pictures in. Maybe that'll help.
did they go? Are they there yet?
It says
They who?
sending.
Well, your internet's just about as slow as mine. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, zoom out, zoom
So the
in.
one on the
Okay.
right is the one that I saw. It was like a layered cavern under the water. Like
Mhm.
you could tell it was layered, but like I guess drawing it, it looks scale, like scales. I'm not the best artist when it comes to like showing
Well,
what I see in my head sometimes.
it's not the quality of the drawing that's important. The important thing is it comes from what you see and what you feel. I don't care how good or bad the drawing is. My goal is for you to put as much of what you see on the paper. You could sit there and scribble as long as the scribbling is what you're seeing. I mean, the important thing is you got all the aspects. You got the orange, red, and brown. You have the feel that it's turning in a particular shape. Now, with this data, Falling knife. Do you wanna look at any particular aspect?
Um, well, I do have something in relation to what Cloud said about the cavern underwater. I don't know whether I should mention that now or
Well, wait till after. Let's see if we can
okay.
direct them to. Let's see if we can direct them then to a point on the target that you want to look at. So maybe take a look at their data and see if there's anything that you want in their data that they can concentrate on, saying, look at this direction. I mean, do you want them to look at um, a particular shape, maybe the location, orientation, anything about this particular thing or part of the data? Is there anything that they can focus on that they have already part of?
Um,
I mean, if not, we can
maybe that.
we can keep moving on.
Well, maybe that object that you described that is partially exposed.
Okay. All
Basically,
right.
anything with value or related to, because all these targets are somewhat related. I don't want to give too much away, but
Yeah. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at Sketchy's drawing one more time. See if anything else about this particular shape jumps out at you. What I need to know is if I'm at the target right now, today, and I take you guys with me, and we're looking at that particular shape, what would you see? What would you feel? Prickly, shaped, hooked.
Sharp.
Oh, sharp. Gotcha.
Sharp. Something sharp. Something prickly. It's sharp. It's hooked. Like a blade, but like not the kind of blades I'm used to. Like, I don't know, for gutting a deer or something. Like it's like a sickle. You know what I mean? Like a something. It's something sharp and curved.
Okay.
I don't know what it is exactly.
Um, I think I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, that's funny.
Um, any feelings or emotions about this particular aspect of this structure, the happy man, fat man from space? Any any idea what that could be? Any idea? If we're going to stand there today, what are we going to see? What does it
That
feel
shape.
like?
That shape that I drew with like a rounder shape and then like an angular shape that has offshoots off of it.
Mhm.
Let's.
I want you to look at that today.
Okay.
With the one that looks like pie
Yeah,
with the little square to the left of the right of it. So
actually,
Yeah,
the one that looks
a
like a
square
little
appeared.
trail.
That's-
yeah, you
Yeah, I
actually.
saw that shape again, but this little area has been like highlighted now. That's off to the left or off to the right of it.
Okay. Which area?
In the second drawing of it, you see that pie shape again.
Yep.
See how like in the second drawing that I put in like a little another area has like been highlighted, a little
That
rectangle shape.
right. So that little rectangle
Mhm.
shape's important.
Yeah, that appeared.
Okay. That's actually really interesting. That's really actually extremely okay. Um,
Yeah, that
oh,
spot is like lit up.
yeah, that is perks my little interest, but I don't know why, and I don't know how that's going to relate to this. So, is there any other feelings, aspects, or things that you guys want to drop in here about this
Well,
target?
when I was thinking about the because I was thinking 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, but with like the intention of like the little box, the rectangle area, whatever by the pie. I'm just like, okay, thinking of that, thinking of that, thinking of that. And I got imagery of like something like getting dropped into water. And then I saw bubbles going down from it. And the bubbles were like coming out of holes. And my brain was like cheese grate,
Okay.
holes like a cheese grater. And then I saw the bubbles and going down just like a plume of bubbles. And I don't know why, but mainly I see like the things in the left side of my vision. Like I don't see them in the right side. I just see them in the left side of my vision.
Well, now, what do you see?
Um,
The
What do you?
plume of bubbles coming up as this thing is sinking down,
But
and
you
like
won't.
holes on it, like holes like a cheese grater holes. I think I don't know.
But you only see it on the left side.
Yeah, I can't see stuff in the left. Like I can see stuff in the left side of my field of vision, but the right side I can't see. Just left side.
It's interesting.
I have a really random question.
Sure.
Is there is there like a power line or like a power plant right next to this thing?
We can check.
Okay.
Um,
Are you asking if there's a power line?
Either like a
Or
power
power
line
plant.
or like yeah, either like a buried or sunken like power line or like a power plant like right next to it. I'm seeing these little zaps and they remind me of little electric zaps like sparks.
What
There
if there's one of the boxes with the high voltage things on it next to them?
on one side, on one end, there's power lines that are above it,
Okay.
and then nearby there's a like a water treatment facility.
so yes, there are power lines nearby, and
Okay.
there's also there's structures off in the distance. So we have a lot of interesting data here. This aspect of what we saw on the target. We have the aspect of power nearby, and we have the aspect of bubbles in water. So, um, you got anything else you want to ask them?
Um, if they obviously the what I'm looking for is any kind of treasure or gold in relation to these targets.
Looking for gold
Yeah. So
specifically.
at this target, I don't. Have you guys ever held gold or picked up gold? I mean, you guys have obviously gold rings and gold chains, right? But have you
Yeah,
ever
I've had
picked
gold
up?
jewelry. Yeah.
Okay, have you ever picked up a gold coin? A gold coin has a particular feel to it. Gold is actually fairly soft. It's very heavy. It has a feel that is unlike anything else. So imagine in your hand you have um, either gold nuggets or gold coin, and you're going to feel the weight. And what you can do is you can literally, this weight, this density that you feel, this energy from the gold, you can actually, it has a signature, it has a taste, it has an element to it that you can feel, touch, taste, see, hear, and smell. So if you kind of picture this gold, you kind of get a feel for where it's at. Now, on this target, when I did my data, I had a particular feel for it. I have I have a structure, I have a feel for the gold that he's talking about, and I have a feel for these other aspects. Do you guys have any kind of like image or sensations that you can tell me about regarding this? Or actually, it's not even just gold. There's gold and other things there that also have taste, feel, smell, and very distinct. I like that power line feel. That is pretty funny. A lot of people don't see energy, and they definitely don't feel it, which is just kind of mind-boggling because it's so environmentally noisy.
Yeah, it was like the zappy feeling was like it was like an interference. It was something that would like appear and then be gone.
Right.
And it was so quick, like a gunshot. Like it was just not. It just was it was there, then it was gone. And that's why I started to think of it, or started to see it as more like electricity. Like it's something that's too fast for you to really see or interact with. But I feel like there's, like it interferes with or reacts with whatever we're looking for. Um, that's why I'm wondering if there's a line that's maybe underwater or maybe underground that's near these things, like close enough that there's sparks, there's interference that is like that hits them.
So
Like
gold
so,
has right. So gold has an interesting property. A lot of people don't realize it, but gold carries electrical signal and it carries magnetic fields. It carries energy that you don't normally see or hear. So when it's buried in the ground, when it's in veins and pockets, and you have actual deposits of gold, like when you go gold hunting for veins of gold, the gold actually will carry huge amounts of electricity. So when you have an earthquake, which releases gigawatts, the earthquake releases the electricity, it's carried along the gold veins and it travels in a very particular way, very peculiar way. It's literally carrying the Earth's heartbeat. Gold is a conductor unlike any other conductors. And that's why I say it's special. If you can get a feel for it, it literally has a feel. And when it's in the Earth, it's the Earth's conductor, it's the Earth's electrical pathway because it relies on gold to carry its charge through safely to where it's going to go. So that's why it's easy to find gold because of its unusual ability. You can feel that in the earth. You can feel how it is channeled. Um, so
let's see. Yeah. You know um, how coral is like jagged and rough and like creates like towers. Um, Something like that, but like of a black stone, like with creases in between it, where things get caught. And this is where there's that residue of a charge. Um, I'll try to draw it. It's not. Is this underwater, what we're talking about?
Oh no, we're gonna have to find out.
Okay.
You guys let me know when you want to know what the target is. I'm gonna rely on you guys to tell me when you're ready.
Well, I have a time limit tonight because I have plans tomorrow.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead
Um.
and jump to the reveal, and that way we're not gonna
Okay.
take too long with this. So, all right. So, if you guys got any more information you want to throw in before I reveal,
Uh, I wasn't sure if it was pertinent, so I didn't really add it. But when I was focusing the last time, I kept on seeing a black urchin.
black sea urchin.
Really, yeah, really
Okay.
spiky black sea urchin. And
Okay.
it was just like the main thing in my vision, like in the center of my vision, just spiky black sea urchin. I
Okay.
couldn't focus on anything else. I was like, damn, okay, spiky black sea urchin. I guess, okay, whatever.
No, that actually is okay. We can go with that and run with it. So, I'm not sure how your spiky sea urchin comes into play on this. This target is, well, falling knife. Why don't you take it away on this target?
Uh, this target is a wooded tract of land west of the beach that is currently undeveloped. And on old maps from the 1700s, it shows it was a freshwater marsh, which means there could have been, or could be an artesian well underneath. So when you mentioned the cavern and the underwater movement, like the spiral shape, that's I believe that is what's under the ground there in one area. And apparently, I found out last night they used to mine coquina from that beach and haul it on the road and then drop it in the water, in the fresh water, to rinse the sand off of it.
They used to
So you're
mine what?
missing something spongy with holes in it. Could be the coquina rock. And
Coquina
then
rock. What is that?
it's a very spongy rock. It's like sand that's been cemented over thousands of years. It forms rocks.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
So it's a soft sedimentary rock.
yes, and on the coast, it actually does trap coins and other objects at times. And then sketchy, I believe you mentioned a trail or a path, and there is a looped trail on this in this patch in these woods.
You guys are freaking awesome. I mean,
Killing it, yeah.
absolutely staggeringly awesome. It is a absolute pleasure to work with you guys on this target. Um, I can't remember what 99 was. Do you want them to do a quick look at 99?
Yeah, we can just do a real quick look. I have to go soon too.
All right. Do you guys want to look at 99? You got just a little bit more time?
I'll give it a shot. If anything comes up quick, then I can go with it. 99. Yep. That's what I had down for the number. What do most people do on their Friday evenings?
Uh, some people go out and like poison themselves with alcohol.
We hunt for treasure.
I
Alcohol.
just belligerently remote view with people, I guess.
Oh, we hunt for buried treasure.
I mean,
Well, we
are
could be hunting
these
for aliens. I mean, treasure is exciting, but aliens, come on now. That would be much more fun.
Yeah, treasure is better to be hunted in the daytime anyway.
Yeah, this is true.
Let's see. Is someone actually going to go try to hunt for this stuff based on impressions?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would like to use some of the information I get from you guys to target some specific locations on like the beach or the woods to try to get something to validate. Because it's basically like just being in the dark. I mean, I'm looking for clues and stuff, but after the storms, that's when a lot of stuff washes up. You get more clues. But now I'm looking more inland about if the stuff was removed from the beach and brought over land and kind of hidden or stashed somewhere else. So that's the whole gist of this, is to try to locate these objects from this ship, these treasures, these coins that some of them were found already. How much more is there? Where are they? And yeah, that's the nature of all this.
I got a feeling one of the chests or one of the bags broke open on the beach and the beach just was pulling them. I have a feeling that this mad exodus off the beach resulted in just a trail of debris and stuff that went through the woods. Now, there was another aspect about the last target was the people in the area. So if you guys want to take a look at that target again on your own free time, when you got a minute, take a look around you at the people. It's very important that you look at the people in the area. And then we'll talk about it some other days, but I mean, it's really important we talk about or look at what you see and feel. So on the last target 99, do you guys have anything uh, that kind of comes to mind? Any feeling
I
for it?
don't understand it, but I have something.
Go for it.
Doesn't make sense.
That's what I like.
Okay, so I'll send it and then describe it. So initially, I saw like a rolling pin getting pulled back toward me from like it was getting pulled to the left, like if I was watching it, it was going to the left in my field of vision, and I could see the handle. It looked like a rolling pin, and then it was getting moved like in a um, clockwise way. And maybe it's the current, I don't know. And then I saw two separate streams, and I don't know what that means, but like maybe two streams of water. I don't know, but two separate streams. So that's what I got. I don't know what it means. And I tried to draw a picture of the rolling pin and then the spiral of like the how it was moving for the water or the current. And then I saw like a side view of the rolling pin. Like,
So the side view of the rolling pin was just a circle with the dot in the middle, or
no,
was
it's a weird one that looks like a dong.
looks like a dot. Okay.
Um, it's not a dong, the rolling pin.
No, that's fine. Okay. Anything
There you
else?
go. No, that was mainly it.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if it matters, but gray, a lot of gray. It felt like there was like a gray overlay, like not like there was a colored filter gray.
Okay. Well, Sketchy, you got anything?
I'm not sure what it means yet, but yeah, I'm just getting a little bit of information. Let me see what I can do with this. What are you? What does that mean? Let me see. Wish my brain came with an instruction manual. All right. Get out of there. Okay. So something that rolls over something and falls away from you on like more than one height. So if you're standing on top of whatever this is, something that rolls over the top of it rolls off of the bottom of that. So it could be like how water falls or something. But like that area where there's two falls. There's first fall, then there's a second fall, but it's like hugging something. It feels like it's moving. I'll be so glad if that means something.
I mean, to me, it means it's two streams meeting right next to each other, but that could be presumptuous.
It could be the stream thing, like what you're saying, or just a spot where a stream falls. You know what I mean? Like just where there's a natural just drop off.
And three things to the left on your side. To me, they look like ripples, and maybe the ripples are like waves on the top of the surface of the water.
Yeah, it feels like it's like the way something trips. It's like something tripping and falling over something else. Let's see. There's a flow to it, but it's not graceful. It's like ugh. It's like two falls. Let's see. I fell off a roof once. It was a lot like that.
I jumped off a roof.
My ladder.
You
My
fell. I
ladder.
jumped.
My ladder kicked out from under me, so I like fell from one roof to another roof, and then like surfed off the second roof on the ladder.
Yeah.
It was great. But it reminds me of that. It reminds me of like that first fall, which is not that big of a fall, and the second fall, which might be a bigger fall.
Are you ready for the reveal?
Yeah,
Why don't you,
that's nice.
before you reveal it, why don't you show them the picture of the picture first? Show them the picture first. The picture of the general area.
I want to see pictures of all the things so I can see if we hit on any imagery. That would be cool.
Same.
Yeah, yeah, that would be.
Do you have the two pictures to post in the chat? You might be better at that. I don't have a picture of the third.
Yeah, give me a second. I will forward all this stuff to you. So 1 second.
But sure, what's the third one while he's working on that?
It's a river.
No way.
Yeah, both of you guys know it. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Did I tell you guys that you were absolutely friggin' amazing? Did I not
We
mention that?
kick ass at this.
I just want to say that the next one we're looking at is going to be one of my targets, and it's going to be of UFOs or something really, 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 really cool. That because now that I know you guys are like massively skilled and totally absolutely amazing. So
Yeah, I'd love to.
I don't assume I'm skilled. I just see what I see and I tell you what I tell you. Like that's it. I'm not skilled. We just perceive what we perceive.
exactly, and that's
Well,
what you.
I'd love to work with you guys in the future too to see if we could actually, lead me to something to find or kind of add some more puzzle pieces, put them together for this general area.
Well, listen, if you find 100 gold coins, just like ship us one or two.
Finder's fee.
Well,
Yeah, if I
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
what,
absolutely. I mean, if they're where you say they are, you're definitely getting the cut.
I would enjoy
Love that.
holding at least holding one if nothing else. I mean, so but did
Yeah,
you
I
guys
have found them before. I've
yeah,
found a lot more silver than gold, though. But and then apparently a lot of people, other people have found a lot of these things too. But they usually only appear after storms.
right,
And I
that's
was
one
talking, yeah, I was talking to a local psychic that actually walked on the beach, and he said a lot of the stuff they after the shipwreck they moved it offshore and across land and over near the river. I've had several psychics say there's gold on the river, but the river you
that's
can't really detect because it's illegal.
well
But
that's a
this other,
but that's a deal with the river. So my impression on the river, because I had this absolutely fantastic impression, is they buried something on the river. Whatever they buried broke, and there's now a trail of debris in the river in pockets down this river. So this river you're talking about has a area exposed that is literally uh, dripping something of importance. Hey, check the channel. I don't know what do you call it. Um,
The thread, the text thread.
yeah, the text thread. See if it's in there.
Which one of these is which that you posted?
the beach is the bottom one where you
So
see
it's
the
Uh,
27:45.
yeah, it's actually, well, in the order I'm looking at, it's 45 then 27. 45 is the woods, the wooded area.
okay, so
The
With
one
the,
with the
target
red.
45 is the first one posted, and then below that is um, the target we were looking
27.
at first.
yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
target, yeah, the second photo is the beach, the coast.
Okay.
I didn't take one of the rivers, so I can't show you that one. It's normally a very calm river, but if you're picking it during the hurricane, it could be swollen and a lot of, we don't really get rapids here, but it would be very life threatening to be in that river during that time.
Yeah, I don't think they were crossing that river. I think they posted up somewhere on the island. They found the highest point. They actually set up shop on the highest point along with the residents. The residents and these people were on the highest point because
All right,
these
so it'd be
waves.
the highest point of the east side of the river then.
Yes, yeah. I don't think they crossed that river. So
Yeah, I don't
whatever
even
they,
see how they could.
yeah, whatever they did to me, well, yeah, they're coming off a boat that just friggin' got crushed up on the shore. So I mean, I don't think they had the ability at that time. Now the natives there that were with them, um, and I don't know if they were with them within the group or if they're with them as far as near their high point. You know, hey, everybody, let's get over here. You guys stay over there. We're going to stay over here. But there's also a possibility that the locals help people that were dying because there's a lot of dying people. So,
No, that makes sense.
yeah.
If I ever upload, like we do this again, and I upload a picture of some objects that's related to this, would that help? And also,
You
can
know,
you
I
guys
think
look
I
at
think we
maps?
need a
And sorry, go
I
ahead.
think we need a random test, an image take a test of
Right.
poignant, like something unbiased that's a neutral thing, just as like a hey, this isn't related to them, just so you can actually make sure we're on target, like something super specific, so you know we're not just like getting semi close. You know what I mean?
Right. So if we give you a random target number, let you kind of work it, and we look for a particular aspect to make sure you're on target, we could do that. Um, being front loaded has a nice effect. There's 5 stages of front loading. The first stage of front loading just says you know it's an object. Second stage, you have more detail. The fifth stage of being front loaded means you know everything you can know about this object and you're going to look at it. I do fifth stage front loading all the time. It's a bitch because my own personal feelings toward an object kind of bury the hidden stuff. So I do it and I'm actually very good at it, but it is very hard. But it is fun to try. So if you ever want to try a fully front loaded target, then you could try it on one of his projects. You can have him describe to you what he's looking for, how you can try to get a feel for it. But if you want to do the target, let us give you you know, the basic front load one. So it's an object. Here's the target number, and then let you have at it. And then you'll know it's an object, and you'll know you're looking for something bigger than a breadbasket, smaller than a mouse. You know, you'll have the basic idea of what you're looking for. It's
Okay, yeah, because I've tried like different spy exercises where I've assigned a target point um randomly to a thing that I was like using on a day-to-day basis that was like a common item. So like let's say a thing of nail polish, right? And the reason I feel like that would be a good idea is just, see if we're picking up, even if it's like a thing of nail polish, still having the same observation or semi-close. Because I mean, when you zoom out to like places, I feel like that can be really subjective and really general. And I
right,
feel the further you zoom in with like a hyper specific thing like nail polish, then if we both get the certain like qualities of it, then that's hella good. We're like really, really into. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, as
Hmm.
far as with the river one, like my sense is that there's a fall off. It could be underwater. Like there's a spot where it dips, and like
Like a cave, a
no, I mean like
cavern.
like the you know how the surface of the water might be like level. Like
Yeah.
underneath, there's like natural drops. Like there's places where the water has to like fall from one direction or from a higher elevation to a lower elevation.
Right. The river doesn't have a uniform bottom. It has a bottom that varies in depth. And I will bet you money that there are places where it goes from like a very shallow, wide area down to a narrow, deep crevasse. And
Yeah,
in the in
we're looking for somewhere where there's two fall offs.
right. And if
There's
you
a
look at
smaller one and then a bigger one.
yeah, if you look at the little where there's like a big I wish I could show it to you, but you have the little two side shoot lakes. You have the main river and you have the two little side shoot lakes. The smaller one that looks
Mhm.
like a ear bone, and you have that little
Sure.
river going into it. That has something screaming all over it right there. That the river is not in the right place, but this lake, this area,
My my money would be on the smaller one too.
yeah. I think that's an important aspect. I just don't know where it would be. If it'd be in the main channel or it'd be a secondary. The other thing about this area is the fact that there's caves. There's caves all over this uh, particular area. South Carolina has limestone caves, and I think the Banks Island has some limestone cave areas too. So there's a possibility that there is an actual cave in this particular region. I
Well,
don't know for sure.
think south of South Carolina, there's no, I mean, there's every, the only caves that would be in this area would be aquifers, like underwater caverns that would carry water.
Exactly. Exactly. These are not all sand filled closed off things. Some of these are actual rivers underneath the rock that have channels and have large cavities. They're actual flowing rivers under the water that are of actual size. So there's a good possibility that there is something similar to a large open cave that is in or near this river that has fresh water flowing through it. That's big enough and round enough to hold something. To me, it feels like that cloud is onto something where there's a cave that has this treasure. I will bet you money that if you, again, if you can do a sounding of the area, take the radar and see if you can locate this cave, I'll bet you money that you will find that somebody stashed something in that cave. It was probably visible back then to where the river or that little lake area opened up and you can actually see into the fresh water that was bubbling out of this cave. And it would be a great spot to hide some. Here's this huge hole that's really deep. Let's put our stuff in there, then we can go, where we need to go.
Oh yeah, that does make sense. I've used LiDAR before just on the beach, but I didn't think to do it inland because I wasn't really focused on inland at the time. I was only focused on the beach finds. And
My
then
would
just to
LiDAR
clarify,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Jeff.
Well, I just wonder if LiDAR would pick up the cave. Would it pick up the opening? Not the opening, would it pick up because sand has gotten in there and it has filled up to some degree. Would it pick up the underlying rock bed in the soft sand that's in the cave now?
That I don't know. Plus, this river has shifted slightly in areas because they built a canal and extended the river down. But that area, that ear-shaped, has always been there. And to clarify, you're more focused on the bottom of that ear shape, like the smaller Blake type area.
I'm not sure. All I know
Okay,
is the
I may have misheard you then.
well, no, the ear shaped is important. It again, it feels to me like there's a deeper section that's very important. It's
Okay.
like it to me. It feels like an underwater upwelling that's extremely important, and I think that's from that freshwater cave I was talking about. And again, the channeling, that whatever's buried in the bank that's leaking is has wherever the original river section is. I mean, if you can go back to the 1800s and see where the bank was, there is something sticking out into the water, and it's literally trailing some heavy objects. There's an actual path on the bottom of the river. So I'm assuming that the flow is enough to occasionally carry the sand through at a fast rate. So when you have hurricanes and high water levels and a lot of rain, I'm assuming that the flow of that river is fairly fast because it feels like it actually picks stuff up and carries it some distance.
Yeah, and there
But
was a Spanish fort up the river a little bit that is only on one map from the 1700s, but not on any other maps. And the Historical Society has found no trace of it, but unfortunately, that's on private property.
yeah, that'd be so cool to look at.
So you're literally going to go physically try to find these things.
What's that?
You try to go find these things on foot in person.
Yes. Yeah, I live locally, so I can. Obviously, I'm not going to go on the private property, but I can search, look in areas south of there or wherever the water flow would be, which I believe would be heading south. I'm assuming the coins would be pushed south of the original place where they buried it.
Wouldn't it be cool if we actually assisted him find some of this stuff? If we could point out a particular landmark. My goal was to find a landmark that we can actually direct him to where he can find one, if not more, coin. Um, I just thought that would have been such a win. I mean, talk about a feather in your cape, because that would have been cool. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys might be part of a documentary at some point. It's
yeah.
What?
So It's Big Jeff. So just Jeffrey Destructo, Big Jeff. That's what you can call me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want George Clooney to play me. So there you go.
I don't think they have actors in documentaries, but yeah, I mean, if there's ever a movie deal, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stand firm on that. I want green M&Ms and I want George Clooney. So I mean, man, otherwise I'm gonna have to back up.
Green M&Ms are my favorite too.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So
Yeah, I
I'm
just want to
gonna.
thank everybody here. That yeah, I mean, you guys did a phenomenal job and be digesting and processing all this information because I have to make my notes and kind of add this into my research. But yeah, I'm blown away. You hit every single target accurately, and
Well, I'm glad you're happy because I honestly have never tried anything like that before yet.
Well, if you guys are interested in doing more, I have other clients that have a lot of really cool targets. I initially wasn't sure I could even do his target. His target was very, I was picking up two things, so I was having a lot of trouble with this, the boat wreck and the shore. So I had two targets and I was just fighting this tooth and nail. So if you guys are interested in doing more targets for more clients and more people and more cool things, I mean, I am more than willing to drag you with me on these adventures. We find a cool target, we explore it together, and then we review the results. I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of this. So,
mhm.
Well, I'll try to see what I can see and tell you what I experience and
okay. All
see
right.
what we
So,
happen, see what happens. Because like I don't know if I'll be good at it or if I'll be accurate, but I'll try.
well, the deal is I tape this, so I have all your voices talking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, God, how big is this? I don't know. I'll put it on some format. If you want to look at it, I'll either put it on a private YouTube so that you have access to it, or I'll just send you the file somehow and you can look at it and review it. So what I'm going to do is each time I do this for somebody, I'm going to tape these and store them so that the person who gave me the target will have access to all the data. Any notes that I take, anything that you guys send or post on the Cowboy Studio will be accessible to whoever gives us the cool target. And I have got an absolute shit ton of cool targets. But the other thing on that note is I have to know where you guys will, how you feel about targets that have questionable integrity. So are you okay with, I mean, obviously this is a shipwreck and people died. Are you guys okay with looking at dead people? Are you guys okay with looking at, uh, murders? How do you guys feel about, oh, things that will cause heartache? I mean, absolute devastation. Are you guys okay with that?
Well,
So
I used to work with people who were suicidal, homicidal, and actively hallucinating, so
there you go.
I've been around some crazy stuff. Um, I don't know how I would react if
Well,
I saw someone who was dead or like who was murdered.
all right.
I I
How
don't
about
think I'd be
this?
afraid, but I've just never encountered it. I don't know what my
How,
reaction would be.
how about this? If I give you a target and for whatever reason that you feel extremely uncomfortable, you feel like you just, nope, and you're out. I totally understand. What I'll do is I'll try to preview the targets the best I can, and I'll try to make sure that I warn you ahead of time if it's got some sketchy elements. And then what I'll let you guys do is I'll tell you the target, I'll tell you my initial impressions, and then you guys can say yay or nay. But I'd like to have you guys with me when we view these targets because I think for Falling Knife it would be beneficial for him to have the three of us look because each you two both are fantastic. And you combine my mediocre skills with your fantasticness, it's going to be amazing.
I feel
Mhm.
like I have mediocre skills and you guys
No,
are the
no,
fantastic ones. I'm like,
no. I'm taking that claim. So you get the fantastic skills. But regardless, I'd like to keep offering you guys targets and stuff. And then if Falling Knife gets massively wealthy and we get a shiny coin, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
Well then, if it's like something sorry and you guys would need me as a guinea pig or like I
What's
don't
that?
know, working person that actually help do size stuff, that'd be amazing. I'd love to get paid to do size stuff.
Get paid. Oh my God, now we're
Get paid
talking money.
to do side stuff.
Yeah,
That would be
you
fun.
know, RV, fucking, dude, could you imagine fucking having a side job and fucking with your coworkers? You're just thinking like, Betty, 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 get me the coffee, Betty. And then you hear, Betty, I really want some coffee. You're like,
Well, I tell you what,
using it to make her get you coffee.
if this is something that you want to do and you want to make money at it, I think you're in the right place because I mean we can make money at this. Some of the targets that I got that I'm trying to do and trying to get arranged with people actually have large monetary values. I mean, one of the projects I got lined up may be $1,000 for the project. So we're talking a 6 month gig and we're talking looking at all sorts of different things. So we may be busy. I mean, if it works out, everybody wins. We get to have a good time. Well, let me
Well,
shut this down real quick. Let me shut off this recording. So just so you know, you guys can get this recording at any time. Just let me know if you want it. Okay. All right.
okay.
Awesome.